ENCP boundary nor the stewardship district boundary includes any properties not owned by Radiant or Rayonier, to your point. None of the private property owners along Belleville Lane or Chester River Road, their properties are not included in the sewer district.
Chairman, could you speak a little? I don't think Mr. Adams can hear you.
I can't hear a word the top is saying.
I apologize, sir. There's no properties outside of Radiant's, Rainier's ownership that's included in the stewardship district. None of the properties, the private properties along Belleville Lane or Chester River Road or Chester Road for that matter, are included in the stewardship district or within the ENCPA boundary itself of the sector plan.
Commissioner Edwards.
Mr. and Ms. Adams, would you be, I've had several phone calls about the ordinance that we're going to be discussing in future meetings. Mr. Mullen, I think that they're concerned because I think that at 35, the number she mentioned is in some of the language for that ordinance that you were going to re-examine.
Yes, sir, it is. And in fact, I talked to Mrs. Platt today for about 30 minutes about the same thing. That language you're referring to, and I think Mr. Adams, you discussed it with us the other day, is draft language that will not be applicable because that's why we're asking the board to continue the hearing on the 28th so that Mr. Pope and I can get together and revise that language. That has nothing to do with the ENCPA or the stewardship district. It's an entirely separate matter, but before that language comes back to the board, we will certainly get in touch with you and let you look at that language so you can see what it says and be assured of how it's applicable. Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks, everyone. Any further comments from the board? Staff? I know we have members from the public that came in a little bit later. I will offer opportunity at the moment. Any other comments from the public? Seeing none, Mr. Mullen.
Chairman, I just wanted to add one thing. A lot of changes were made. There was some input individually by commissioners to me that was directed to the Radiant representatives, including their legal counsel. And all those changes were made. One of the things that one commissioner had asked about was the recreational lands that would be used for the public within the ENCPA. That language has been reinforced in the current legislation. And to give you an example, the stewardship district would have the ability by its own authority to assess the property owners within the ENCPA to enhance public recreational land. As you know, you as a county commission strive every day to provide more recreational space for residents that you serve. And you do it very well because you have limited monies by which to do that. And a lot of those recreational areas are expensive to maintain, unfortunately, because of the era we live in when people commit vandalism on those type of facilities. The good thing about this, as to recreation, there will be enhanced funds to address your public property for recreational, for not only people inside the ENCPA, but outside the ENCPA, who will use those public lands for recreation. That could include ballparks, softball fields, soccer, anything else along that nature that you so very much need. And that's in your comp plan that requires that, and that won't change. I just want to make sure you were aware of that as you consider this going forward.
Question.
Thank you, Mr. Mullen. Commissioner Spicer.
Yes, sir. I was just curious. I see some river frontage here. Is there going to be a boat ramp?
Funny you should say that. Yes, sir, there was a letter, and I thought I sent it to each of you, that Mr. Adams sent to reconfirm on his behalf of his company that there will be a public boat ramp in that area. And I added, and I sent you all a copy of the letter saying every word that's been provided by his company in the past has always been carried out, and we're not doubting that word, but they gave us the option of amending the comp plan to put that language in your comp plan, because if something changes years from now and it's a different entity or the stewardship district wasn't aware of that, it will be in your comp plan. So you will have a public boat ramp, on the river up there, yes.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, seeing none, I would like to offer any additional time to any Rayonier Radiant representatives here today or any other members of the public before we adjourn. Seeing none, okay, I do want to emphasize again, we do have a timeline, we'll follow it. So I know we're trying to be as transparent as we can, trying to get all your questions answered, and we will, so you have additional opportunity to do so. I know there's a lot of misinformation that goes out from time to time, and that's why we hold these public meetings and public hearings. So I thank you for the opportunity coming out, and we'll continue to give that opportunity to voice your concerns and input. With hearing no other discussion on tab A, I'd like to go into county manager's business. Any other business?
No, sir.
County attorney business?
No, sir.
County commissioner hours. Vice Chair Kelly?
No, sir.
Mr. Spicer?
No, sir.
Mr. Taylor?
No, sir.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes, sir. I'd like to welcome new commissioner from District 5, Commissioner Justin Taylor. Welcome.